Imagine buying a used SUV that looks like an incredible bargain, only to discover it needs a $7,000 transmission replacement or a failed AWD system just a few months later. That's the reality for some used Ford Edge owners. But here's the thing, not every Ford Edge is a bad buy. In fact, some model years are among the best values on the used SUV market. Today, we'll show you exactly which Ford Edges to avoid and which ones are actually worth your money. Let's dive in. At number 3, we have the 2011 through 2013 Ford Edge. When Ford refreshed the Edge for 2011, it looked like a major upgrade. The styling was sharper, the cabin felt more upscale, the technology was far more advanced. For many buyers, it finally felt like the Edge belonged in a much more expensive segment. But those upgrades also introduced some of this generation's biggest headaches. Let's start with the most common complaint: MyFord Touch problems. Ford's early MyFord Touch infotainment system looked impressive for its time. A large touchscreen, navigation, Bluetooth, voice commands, climate controls. Nearly everything was built into one modern interface. On paper, it was exactly what buyers wanted. In everyday use, not so much. Owners frequently reported frozen screens, slow response times, Bluetooth failures, random system reboots, and sometimes a completely black display. The bigger issue was that many vehicle functions were tied to the touchscreen, so when the system malfunctioned, using certain features became much more difficult. For many owners, it became a frustrating cycle. Software update, temporary fix, then the same problems returned. But infotainment issues weren't the only concern. Door ajar sensor problems. Another common annoyance was the door latch sensor. When it failed, the vehicle could think a door was still open even when it was fully closed. That could trigger warning messages, leave the interior lights on, and even drain the battery overnight. It's usually not an expensive repair, but it's exactly the kind of recurring electrical problems owners don't enjoy dealing with. And if you're considering an all-wheel drive model, there's one more issue you should know about. All-wheel drive PTU problems. The Power Transfer Unit, or PTU, transfers power to the rear wheels. Because it's mounted near high heat sources, the fluid can deteriorate faster than many owners expect. If it's never serviced, you may notice a burning smell, drivetrain noises, all-wheel drive warning lights, or eventually complete PTU failure. Depending on the damage, repairs can easily exceed $1,000, enough to turn what looked like a great used SUV deal into a costly surprise. Now, does that mean every 2011 through 2013 Ford Edge is a bad vehicle? Not at all. Many owners have had years of trouble-free ownership, especially with proper maintenance and software updates. But compared with the best Ford Edge model years, the combination of infotainment problems, electrical quirks, and potential all-wheel drive repairs makes these models much harder to recommend. And if you think these years can be expensive to own, wait until you see the model that takes the #1 spot on our list. At number 2, we have the 2015 and 2016 Ford Edge. At first glance, these SUVs seem like an excellent buy. The styling was bolder, the cabin was quieter, the technology was more modern. And compared with the first generation, the Edge finally felt like a true mid-size SUV competitor. But there's one thing many used car shoppers overlook. The first years of a major redesign are often the most unpredictable. Some problems simply don't appear until thousands of vehicles have spent years on the road. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened with certain 2015 and 2016 models. Let's start with the most expensive concern: internal water pump failure. If you're looking at a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6, pay close attention. Unlike most engines with an external water pump, this one uses an internal pump driven by the timing chain. If that pump fails, coolant can leak directly into the engine oil. Once that happens, lubrication is compromised, potentially leading to bearing damage, severe engine wear, or even complete engine failure. The biggest problem? Many owners don't discover the leak until significant damage has already occurred. Replacing the water pump is expensive. Replacing the engine is far worse. Suddenly, that affordable used SUV doesn't look like much of a bargain. Transmission hesitation. Some owners have also reported transmission complaints: delayed acceleration, rough shifting, hesitation during acceleration, and harsh downshifts. To be fair, not every case points to a major mechanical failure. Some vehicles improved with Ford software updates, but don't rely on a quick drive around the block. Test it from a complete stop, merge onto a highway, drive at different speeds, and pay attention to every shift. A thorough test drive today could save you thousands tomorrow. Panoramic sunroof problems. If the vehicle has the optional panoramic sunroof, inspect it carefully. Some owners have reported cracked glass, water leaks, wind noise, and repairs that can become surprisingly expensive. It's not the most common issue, but it's another cost worth checking before you buy. Overall, the 2015 and 2016 Ford Edge delivered major improvements in comfort, technology, and refinement. But if long-term reliability is your priority, these early second-generation models deserve extra caution. Their hidden repair costs can quickly erase any savings. And now, we've reached the Ford Edge model years I'd be most cautious about. Ironically, they're often the cheapest ones on the market, and that's exactly what makes them the most dangerous. And now, we've reached the Ford Edge model years I'd approach with the most caution: the 2007 and 2008 models. Ironically, these are often the cheapest Ford Edge SUVs on the used market, and that's exactly what makes them so tempting. When the Edge debuted for 2007, it made a strong first impression: bold styling, a spacious interior, a comfortable ride, and a more refined feel than many SUVs of its era. For many buyers, it looked like an easy recommendation, but these were also the very first production years, and that's often when unexpected problems begin to appear. Real-world driving exposes weaknesses that even extensive testing can't always predict. Unfortunately, some early owners learned that lesson the expensive way. Let's start with the biggest concern: transmission problems. If there's one issue that puts the 2007 and 2008 Edge at the top of this list, it's the transmission. Owners have reported hard shifting, jerking during acceleration, delayed engagement, transmission slipping, and in some cases, a sudden loss of power. Some of these problems appeared well before 100,000 miles, and once the transmission starts failing, repair costs rise quickly. A rebuild or replacement can cost several $1,000s. That's a difficult expense to justify, especially when the SUV itself may be worth a few $1,000s. So the real question becomes, are you buying a bargain or simply delaying an expensive repair bill? Unfortunately, the transmission isn't the only concern. AWD PTU failures. If you're considering an all-wheel drive model, pay close attention to the PTU. The power transfer unit transfers power to the rear wheels. Because it's mounted close to the exhaust system, heat can cause the lubricant to break down over time, especially if it has never been serviced. As the problem develops, you may notice a burning smell, fluid leaks, whining noises, AWD warning lights, or eventually, complete PTU failure. Another costly repair, and another reason these early models can become expensive to own. Brake booster problems. Some owners have also reported brake booster failures. When this happens, the brake pedal can become much harder to press, reducing braking assistance and making the vehicle more difficult to stop. Any issue involving the braking system deserves immediate attention because it's a safety concern, not just an inconvenience. Power steering issues. Power steering problems also appear on some early models. Owners have reported fluid leaks, whining noises, heavy steering, and failing power steering pumps. Any one of these repairs may be manageable, but when they're combined with transmission, PTU, and brake-related issues, that inexpensive SUV can become surprisingly expensive to keep on the road. So why do people still buy these models? Simple. They're cheap. But that's also the trap. A low purchase price doesn't always mean a low cost of ownership. Sometimes it simply means the previous owner left the expensive repairs for someone else. That's why I'd rather spend a little more upfront and buy a model year with a stronger reliability record. Because in the used car market, the cheapest vehicle to buy isn't always the cheapest vehicle to own. The lesson is simple. Don't buy a used Ford Edge based on price alone. Some model years may look like incredible bargains, but expensive transmission, AWD, electrical, or engine problems can quickly turn that bargain into a financial nightmare.